Welcome back. Before we get started installing Node.js, let's first go through what we'll need in order to work with Node.js. First, you're going to need a computer of some sort to be able to develop Node.js apps, and it can either be Windows or Mac OS. Node.js can be developed on both platforms. The next step of being able to develop Node.js apps requires us to have some sort of code editor to be able to write JavaScript code to build our apps. There are four main contenders: WebStorm, VS Code, Sublime Text, and Atom. And they are all capable in terms of developing for Node.js. Personal preferences aside, we would be using WebStorm for this course. There are many reasons to choose WebStorm, including smart code assistance, on-the-fly error detection, code completion, refactoring, and powerful navigation features which are ideal for server-side development with Node.js. If you have a preference for VS Code, you can use it for this course and all the codes will work just fine. We have included optional videos where we show how to carry out certain tasks in VS Code. The next requirement to be able to develop Node.js apps is a basic understanding of JavaScript, its syntax, and new features like spread and rest operators, object destructuring, arrow functions, maps, etc. If you feel you need to brush up on your JavaScript, there is a ton of material that can be referenced over the internet. In the coming lessons, we are going to show you step-by-step guidance on how to install Node.js, how to install WebStorm, and also VS Code. We are going to set everything up to ensure that you are ready to get started with the development of Node.js. So once you are ready, head over to the next session where we will begin installing Node.js. Installing Node.js is simple and straightforward. Simply visit nodejs.org and select the appropriate version for your operating system. Now, this version might change at the time you are watching this video, but none of these changes brings about any code-breaking changes. Download it onto your system. I'm using a Mac, but the process would be similar if you were using a Windows system. Next, simply walk through the installer, leaving all the default settings. Once the installation is complete, we need to test that our installation was successful. Go to your system default terminal or command prompt and run node-v. If that succeeds, then we know that your installation was successful. Once you are ready, head over to the next lesson where we'll take a first look at our development environment. Our code editor of choice is WebStorm. WebStorm is an amazing editor for web and JavaScript development, and it is available for Mac, Windows, and Linux systems. Simply use your favorite search engine to search for WebStorm or visit www.jetbrains.com/WebStorm. You should, however, note that WebStorm is a licensed code editor, but you can download it for free and try for 30 days. However, if you're a student or teacher, or you have a school or university, or you run a training course or bootcamp, you can access WebStorm and JetBrains products for free by visiting jetbrains.com/community/education/students. Now that your installation is complete, head over to the next section where you will begin building your first app. Now that we have our IDE installed and ready, let's get our hands dirty creating our first app. You can click on the new project icon to create a new project, or click on File, New, Project, then select Empty Project. Choose a location on your machine and name your project. In our case, we would name our project Creating Web APIs with Node.js Express, and MongoDB. Next, we right-click on our project and choose New Directory and create a directory named 01 Setup and Installation, which represents the current section in our course. We then right-click on our setup folder and choose New JavaScript file. Name the file 01-first-app. For our first project, we are simply going to print hello world to the console and write a simple if-else statement. So we start by typing console.log hello world. We define a variable with the name value equals to 12. Next, we use an if-else statement to check if value is greater than 10. If it is greater than 10, we console log the statement value is greater than 10. If it is less than 10, we console log value is less than 10. To run the project, right-click anywhere on the page and choose Run 01-first-app.js to run your project. Congratulations, you have created your first project in your code editor. The next module is optional, and there we will download and install VS Code and recreate our project in it. If you don't need this module, head over to the next section where we'll begin the fun stuff by learning how to speak Node.js. VS Code is a lightweight, free IDE developed by Microsoft. It is available for macOS, Windows, and Linux operating systems. Simply search in your favorite search engine for VS Code or visit code.visualstudio.com/download to download and install VS Code for your operating system. Make sure to download the appropriate version for your operating system. Follow the installation prompts, and in no time, VS Code will be installed on your computer. Since I already have it installed, I won't be following the steps at this time. Now that your installation is complete, head over to the next lesson where we'll begin building our first app in VS Code. Now that we have our IDE installed and ready, let's get our hands dirty creating our first project. Create and name a folder called Creating Web APIs with Node.js, Express, and MongoDB on your local machine and open it in Visual Studio Code by clicking on File, Open. Create a new directory and name it 01 Setup and Installation, which represents our current section in the course. We then right-click on our setup folder and choose New File. Name the file 01-first-app.js. For our first project, we are simply going to print hello world to the console and write a simple if-else statement. So we begin by typing console.log hello world. To execute our code, right-click on the 01 first-app.js file in VS Code and choose Open in Integrated Terminal to launch the terminal. Type in the command node 01-first-app.js to run the code. Now we are going to create a variable named value with a value of 12. And we'll use a simple if-else statement. If value is greater than 10, we console log value is greater than 10. else we console log value is less than 10. We run this code again and we can see both our values are displayed in the terminal. So congratulations, you have created your first project in your code editor. Now head over to the next section where we'll begin the fun stuff by learning how to speak Node.js.